Good day, it's Egg, and this is one of Bandai's greatest model kits. Stylish, sleek, and detailed describes the perfect grade Mark II Gundam, and uncalm, uncool, and uncollected describes me. It's time to smile during poker and show that girl your Gundam collection on the first date. There'll be no holding back today, so come get to this. Back in 2001, Bandai released this mecha marvel in its A.E.U.G colors, with the Titans variant coming out later. It was the 6th entry in the line, coming after the Wing Zero and Zeta Gundam. The Mark II comes to us in a beautiful large box. 30 runners used to live in here. Now it's a ghost town that I use as a junk drawer for extra storage, paintings, and Hot Wheels, I guess. This kit also included LED parts, screws, and other materials. We have an instruction manual telling us about the construction of the mobile suit, and a construction manual with the instructions for the model kit. Don't forget the insert. I made this model 4 years ago, and it took me 2 weeks to build. The inner frame has more going on than my brain at 3 a.m. For one, the frame pieces are in a nice bluish gray, and there's plenty of surface detail. Everything feels so real robo, with the silver pistons, gold braided tubing, and other colored pieces. There are moving pistons all over this kit, even in the Luke Skywalker hands, and the legs are the best part with some seriously cool mechanics. Just look at this knee bend. In the torso, there is a red 360-degree cockpit that has a little opening for the tiny guy inside. We're just going to say it's Emma. The most complicated part of the Gundam is the springs in the feet, which give this kit lots of stability. It also just makes it fun to bounce. The heavy die-cast hip joint also helps weigh it down, and there are absolutely no issues getting this guy to stand and hold a pose. But even the most beautiful supermodel has to cover up, so the nuances of the body are hidden under large pieces of armor that make the mobile suit appear neat and streamlined. These early perfect grades are largely void of panel lines outside of some small ticks, leaving you with many smooth surfaces that would benefit from water slide decals. I bought some Delphi decals and they gave this kit much needed detail. I ignored the sticker sheet that was included, but it's there if you want it. It was bad judgment on my part to put the white decal on the off-white shield though, so don't do that. You won't be mistaking this for some kind of 1/60th no grade though, because there is so much detail peeking out from under the armor and all around on the joints. You're also able to move some of the panels up and have the Mark II in a sort of state of repair. There are a bunch of little crew guys that came with this kit, but I don't know where mine are. The Mark II is not complete without its headphones, however, so we'll just snap those on, and they look pretty good, but do you notice how the red Smarty is painted on? You would assume a perfect grade is perfect, with complete color accuracy, but this is one area where the Mark II falls short of God. There are some missing details. The headset Smarty and red and gray details on the side skirts will need to be painted. It's surprising that this kit doesn't have these parts in the right color. The Master Grade, released a few years later, corrected this. Nothing is perfect, but the Mark II is basically as close as Gunpla gets. When you look at it beside the Master Grade, it's ridiculous. It feels so weird to even handle the MG kit after holding the PG. All the trappings like bad nub marks and seam lines are just not found on the perfect grade, and it has just an incredible sense of scale. Moving on to the accessories, we have the rifle, which looks decent. There's the usual fold-out handle and scope along with a detachable ammo pack. A little peg flips out and slots into the hand nice and sturdy. The rocket launcher has a handle connected by a weak poly cap, but it fits in pretty easily and looks good. There are red rockets, I shouldn't have said that, in the clip, and it can be stored in the butt through a slot. The shield has a locking gimmick with a spring, which makes it kind of fun to fold up. There are 2 extra ammo packs on the back. It securely locks on the back of the arm, and there's an extra bracket for support. The beam sabers are long like chopsticks, and the handles are located on the back. Oh yeah, and the eyes light up. There are LEDs in this kit which are activated when you move a tidy little panel on the back. The glowing green eyes might not be something you go to switch on very often, but it does look pretty cool. Overall, the Perfect Grade Mark II lives up to its name. It's such a fun model and an absolute pleasure to build. The inner frame is just as amazing, and it has a degree of care that has been lost over time. This guy is from 2001, and it's just as incredible as it would have been in that year of finding the power and living the legend. There are spots where it shows its age, such as the heavy use of polycaps, lack of surface detail on the armor, and a few missing colors. But it also has aspects that are better than what you get in more recent Perfect Grades, such as the deep inner frame and extra materials to enhance the build. Yes, I am a fan of screws in Gunpla kits. I just like taking the screwdriver out and doing something extra. The Mark II is an experience. It's something to truly take your time and get the most out of. Making a Perfect Grade to me is the pinnacle of straight building Gunpla, and it's not something I want to do very often, just to make these builds feel all the more special. This was without a doubt the most memorable and fun Gundam experience I've had so far, and the end result speaks for itself. I can't recommend this magic kit enough. It's going to look amazing on your shelf, if you can find somewhere to put it. Master grades are easy enough to display, and it looks like the GX's back fell off again. But perfect grades are hard if you don't want your living space to look like it's been taken over by plastic models. The Mark II was 208 Canadian dollars 4 years ago, and now it sits at around 220, which is cheaper than those big Lego sets most of the time. The deep building experience that you get out of this kit makes the price all the more valuable. For instance, this Lego Camaro is basically the same price, and they're different, shouldn't even compare them, but I just feel like something like the Mark II has so much more depth to it, and I personally got way more out of it. For me, this kit has the greatest value out of all PG models. It's not inflated by the use of one-time photo shoot with uncropped pictures and your cat in the background LEDs. Seriously, $200 just to light up your unicorn Gundam? I'd rather throw down 2 Robert Bordens on Taco Time and paint the washroom a new shade of brown than pay that much for lights. Unless it's for like lights albums, the last one was pretty good. Anyways, when you choose your first perfect grade kit, take your time and do a little research. Maybe you do like the LEDs and I'm just a jerk. There aren't exactly a lot of options to choose from, and yet there is something for a wide range of builders in this line. Buying one of these kits feels like a commitment, at least to me. If the build doesn't go well or mistakes arise, it almost feels like the end of the world. You can't mess up a perfect grade. And okay, don't show me that again, just put that back under there. The Mark II is awesome. Perfect grades are cool. Don't put as much pressure on yourself as I do me. That's all I gotta say in this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you want. I'll see you next time for something or other. Until then, bye bye.